Hello, Happy Health Habits crew. We are on January 31st, and Healthy Heart Month is the subject for the week because tomorrow is February 1st. So that is our subject for today. Love yourself enough to live a healthy lifestyle, right? And you're here, so you're loving yourself first. And I give you a big round of applause for loving yourself enough to be here. And I am still eating my lunch. Just so you know, romaine is great for a quick wash it, cut it in half, and you got a great little like munchy stick, and it's crunchy and it's great. I love this. And then the tops make great wraps. So just cut a head of romaine and use the tops for wraps. It's great. It's one of my little tips. So I'm still eating during our session today. But let me get going here with Healthy Heart Month. So Monday was my favorite doctors, the oncologist and the cardiologist. What's her name? Dr. D. Garcia and Dr. Joe. I love it when they come on together because they put validation around everything that we do medically and from the medical standpoint. So if you have not had a chance to watch that yet, please do, because it just makes you feel really good and fuzzy inside about the fact that medically speaking, there are lots of doctors that are really condoning and supporting what it is you're up to. And so that feels really good. So we know we're on the right bus to destination Live It Land, away from we're off the diet drama bus, and we're gonna regulate our nervous systems today by making sure that we take some deep breaths. Carrie, do you want to lead us for like 5 breaths to really just kind of regulate the room here?
Yeah, sure. If you want to make me co-host too.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'm doing that, although you're already sharing. So yeah, everybody, you're here at the right place at the right time, and just put your feet firm on the floor and take a deep breath. Do a couple stretches, reach your hands out wide because it just really opens up your rib cage. And here's a good one too. If you've been looking down at your phone, just put
Yeah,
your
or you
elbows together and your elbows out. Yeah. And look up. Oh, look, what am I feeling? I didn't know I had to sweep cobwebs off my ceiling. Okay, but that comes later. So yeah, just look all around, looking up, looking up. And here's a great little eye exercise. I'm not sure what's in front of you, if you've got a window or a wall, but just have your eyes go all the way across the top, down the wall, across the floor, without moving your head. Just try to just move your eyes across the floor. And as you go up the wall, take a deep breath. And as you go over across the top, let it out. Then down the wall, letting it out. You do your box breathing with the wall, then you get your eye bilateral movement regulation too. All right, so just wiggle your shoulders a little and give yourself that hug. Right hand on left shoulder, left hand on right shoulder. Deep breath. And as you let it out, just kind of lean forward, just squeeze all the air out. And then you can be patting alternately on each shoulder. Take another deep breath.
butterfly kisses. We call these butterfly kisses.
Yep. Nice and slow. And you have just done manual overdrive from high energy, gotta rush, gotta get everything in order, to the parasympathetic. And now we are ready to receive information. Our body is in rest and digest mode. And that's when healing takes place. But it just takes a few breaths to do that. And all the little bilateral movement helps. So how's everybody feel now?
Good.
Oh,
It feels good. Guys, going from sympathetic to parasympathetic is so important. And this is not woo-woo weird stuff. This is science, you know. It's science. Be thinking about, you know, when you cross the street, you look both ways to make sure you're safe. So the eye movements she's speaking of are for your amygdala to feel safe. When you are trying to calm a baby down, you're going to pat their back, right? Gently pat their back, you know, or rub their back, right? So it's the same physiologic response. So just know that's something you can do to your, like you said, manual overdrive. You could manually overdrive your own emotional control. Okay. So keep practicing that stuff. I don't know if you can put a link in, just pop a link into like the morning, you know, check in with Kate Truitt, or just something, you know, like a little video link they can, you know, take a look at. That would be great. So remember your habits of disease, just rounding those out and integrating those into your life, one little habit at a time. That's what we're up to today. Making sure to grade yourself at the beginning of the year. If you didn't do so hot on all your components in January, well, you can always do better in February. So did you hit enough community time recordings? Did you get there live? Maybe you have a goal to make it live once a month. You getting all your eating, you know, you fueling your body every 2 to 3 hours. Are you talking to your coach? Are you ghosting her? If you're ghosting her, make sure you call, because she's probably texted you or messaged you, right? So make sure you always just sharpening the saw on your components of your system. And then we're going to celebrate some wins, of course, and then talk about where we could do better. Kathy is going to talk first because she's got to go to a doctor appointment, but I want her to share her big win that she had just today, in fact. And then we're gonna include talking about Monday night and what we got out of that, and then the vision boards and what your experience is now since you've been working on those vision boards, because I know we're all in process with that. So remember the science behind the vision board, right, is to have your reticular activating system constantly seeing things. So already I'm hearing stories of people having experiences just from visualizing what they've been up to. So I'm working on these 2 boards, and I've got 2 more in process. I can't stop. I'm addicted. So I got a purpose board, and I've got a continue I've got another board for continuing my you know, my parasympathetic, my emotional control board, and then I'm going to have another one I'll reveal and talk to you about later. But Kathy, before you have to go, let's let you go ahead and I want to just share where I'm at with my process of the boards quick with you while I had the screen share on. Hey Martha, did you get to see my boards? I got 2 more coming at you. I can't stop. So all right, Kathy, tell us your great experience so far.
Can you hear me? I'm in my car now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right, perfect. So today I was telling Amy I've been trying to up my workout because I've been kind of doing the same thing. So I started this interval training, and the machine sets it for an hour. Well, I could never quite get the whole hour because either I tired out at 45 minutes or I did 50, but today I did the whole hour. And I was listening to the Monday night call, which I think spurred me on.
Yeah,
because
it's
I
the
want
heart, yeah, healthy heart one.
Yeah, because my mom died of a heart complication. So, and she was only 75. So that's, it's kind of always, in the back of my mind. And so I thought the meeting was super interesting. And like I said, it spurred me to get through my workout. So that was good.
That's awesome, girl. First time made it a whole hour. Good for you. Bravo. Bravo. I'm sorry about your mom, but you know what? Like Monday night said, right, Kathy?
Right.
It's horrible. But my girlfriend from high school, my best friend's mom in elementary school just died Friday. And I'm like, 80 people will have died in this country while we're on this for this hour. 80 people.
I was
Oh.
really surprised at those statistics. And again, it's more women
Yep.
too, that so I think what we're doing is even more important, you know, to keep us healthy.
Oh, it's critical, isn't it?
Right.
It's critical. 650 or almost 700,000 people a year. And I've been preaching this for years, and it's gone up and up and up every year. And now it's up to 700. But I was shocked when you break it down per half hour, an hour. It's shocking, isn't it?
Right.
And I know y'all know you've lost someone. Everybody's lost somebody. Oh, I think maybe I lost Betty. I gotta have to call her back. Everybody has lost somebody, and so we gotta really encourage each other. It's not a matter of are they ready to lose weight or not. It's a matter of life and death.
It seems as 6 months.
Does that make sense, you guys?
Yes.
It's not funny. It's not even like, oh, I just have to lose some weight and let people will just slough it off. It's not funny. It really is. It's a matter of life and death. So Kathy, what else did you get out of Monday? What other win or the webinar? What other wins have you had? You have not made it to the vision board stuff since Maui yet, but you were living yours, so that's okay.
I was living my dream, but I'm going to listen to the video, and I'm definitely going to do one. I think it's super. I've gotten again encouraged by listening to all of you working and on yours, and so I'm going to watch the video.
Yep.
And I've got a poster board, so I'm getting there. I just need to get going on it. So
good.
Thanks for the encouragement.
Yeah, we're gonna have a sorry, I was just trying to call Betty back, but she's not picking up. Yeah, so we're gonna have, what I decided was everybody needs kind of.
Can you hear us now, Betty?
Yeah,
she can hear us now. Okay.
Good. Okay, so I don't have to call her back.
Awesome.
Good. I decided, since everybody kind of needs a D-Day to keep things rolling with their board, sometime in February we'll have a reunion reveal and share kind of what you're seeing so far, what's happening in your life as a result, and what you're working on, and then maybe give people a day to have things done to show, so we can see some finished products. That would be really, really fun, and have people kind of explain a little bit more about what they're doing with them. So keep your eye out for a date on that. Thank you so much, Kathy, for sharing your win. Congratulations. And keep living out loud so that other people keep leading strong and living out loud. Got to save some lives. Your example saves lives, Kathy. So keep it up.
Thank you.
All right, who is next here? Betty, we can't hear you, but you can hear us. Martha's on. Yeah, I didn't think she'd be able to be here today. Roxy, you're always at the end, on the short end of the stick. Do you want to share this morning early first? Do you have a win of the week? Did you hear Monday night? What did you get out of the Healthy Heart call? She's not going to be able to be on. All right, Martha, how about you? What's happening for you?
I can give you an update.
Yeah.
Our vision board concept, and for those people who are doing businesses, I took it to the next level, and I added SMART goals at the end of that process, so that, in other words, like, for example, if you want to start eating better, then you have to have a SMART goal, right? And that goal needs to be measurable, and it needs to have a time frame, and it needs to have whatever. So I did that so that my
specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound, right?
You got it.
Yep, and they all know that. Is whether or not they're doing it is a whole nother issue. But thank you for bringing this up, because I'm going to make note on my board to do what you said. So keep going. This is perfect.
Yep. So I created a graphic for that. So that, let me see, I might be able to share it with people.
Awesome.
So that, whenever you are, and I apologize, this is going to be real estate related.
Thank you, co-host, if you want to share.
If you can see it in the chat, it'll be real estate related, but whoever is the host could share that if other people can't see it.
I made you co-host if you
Oh, okay. Hold on. Want to make sure that I share the right thing.
I'm actually collecting pictures of people's vision boards and as they're in process, guys. So I'm going to put together a little graphic and share it. I'll post it or I'll share it with you guys and then we'll do our little reveal.
So I made this so that people could basically remember what to do as they're climbing the ladder of SMART goals. And then I put the definition of what's a lead and what's a lag measure, because those are always complicated, hard to remember. And so I just thought this helps remind people that just because you put self-care and maybe meditation time on your board, that still needs to be measured. Like I want to do it by the end of every week. I want to have at least one meditation session, and it's got to be smart. Like it has to have all those steps. I'm going to do it in my bedroom between 7 and 8 p.m. And, and so that's why I put that in there, because we want these vision boards to become reality so that when we do read that letter on December 31st of 2024, we're like, done, done, and done. What else am I going to do next year?
Instead of didn't do it and it didn't get done by and now it's on my board again this year and
Well, I remember nobody told me in 1 year I put an airplane on my board because I wanted to own an airplane. Okay, so that was ridiculous because how am I supposed to get that goal if I made no plan to get that goal? Right? Like it sounded like a cool idea to put on a vision board. And then I was like, well, I still don't have a plane. And I'm like, no, because I took no action. So you can't have a thing on your board if you're gonna not do anything towards the goal.
I love it.
So I learned that lesson the hard way. So now I always try to like make the things on my board come true.
I love it. What a great example, really. Right? Oh, I think I froze, but what a great example. The whole pilot thing, the whole own a plane, but not even be oh, that's funny. I'm frozen. My internet is kind of crazy. That is a great example. I will encourage everyone listening to this or everyone actually here to really take Martha's advice. She is a coach extraordinaire for athletes and business owners, and she's an exec level person. So we are blessed to have her here. And her example is really clear here, and we can see how well she does. Can you still hear me, guys?
Yeah.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My internet.
Yeah, your picture froze, but the sound is fine.
It looks so funny on the frozen picture.
It does.
So, okay. So let's see. We still can't hear Betty.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh,
Can you-
thank you, Betty.
I played and played. I found you.
Good.
And you did. You're your own tech service. Look at you go, Betty.
Let's
I say that's a win.
share win of the week. Tech. Yep. Tech Betty.
I know. I
She's
played
great.
with all that. I just went through and I just said, touch it and do it. Touch it and do it. Touch it and do it.
Good.
I found you guys. I'm
Any
sick
other-
of being the dummy of the group. I'm climbing.
You are not alone, Betty.
You're not a
Trust
dummy. You're
me.
climbing.
You're not alone.
Believe.
I'm
You're
just,
not dummy.
I'm
Okay.
just much smarter.
Tell me your other wins and tell me how you're leading in your life. Other people, are you living and leading strong? And are you skinned knees? What's happening with you?
What is happening with me?
What did you learn Monday? Did you hear the recording yet or not?
No, I can't get on that. No,
Okay.
that's my next. I'll start on that one too. Maybe I'll
Okay.
put that as a goal and then have to work on that.
Smart.
One thing I did is I have kept up. I don't know if you can see it. Here's my 10-minute tidy. You notice it's almost
Yeah.
all filled in. And then
Awesome.
I've already got next month's ready to go. So,
Awesome.
so I'm doing that. I check them off each day, and I have all these. I am so much neater. I'm so much in order. It's it's moderation, but I'm measuring it, and I'm doing a little bit, and I'm doing more in a 10-minute or 3-minute thing than I've done in the last few years. So that's
Look
good.
at that. It's a little mini SMART goal.
And
Yep.
that's huge.
And
That's
so in the 7 months, I went up to 70 pounds off. So I went and figured my inches. My inches lost were 40 1/4 inches.
Oh my,
Wow,
Betty.
that's
very-
awesome.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
So that's a whole little person, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
40
And
inch.
that's why you have energy to do 10-minute boxes, 10-minute
Yes.
tidying.
Yes, it is. And plus I don't forget that. So at night I go through and I do and I get my food's ready for the next day. My water's recorded. So I have my water done. I'm really, really working on that kind of stuff. And that's something. I'm 77 and I've never done it my whole life. And now I have a whole
And now you're
sheet.
doing it.
A whole sheet, yes. So
You can't see me,
Awesome.
but I'm crying.
good. You cry. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. It gives me
Oh,
it
Good.
keeps me going. It keeps me going. Yes. But
You keep us going.
and the only thing I would like is I've got specific and measurable, and then she whipped it off, and I didn't get the rest of that of her little thing that she showed. I really wanted to use that.
Comes again, Betty.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to write that down,
Yep.
and so that I have that, because if I don't, I can't remember. So that's my learning style: relevant, and
relevant and
then
time
time down. Okay. Thank
I'm
you.
sure you may have had a graphic of it I sent you before, but you didn't.
I probably have, but this one it's building. I'm working on something like that in sewing, and so it's what I have done. I'll show you this real close. I haven't gotten it written up, but as my sewing for to go on my board, here's my stop, and then here's my, this will be the seam ripper,
Oh,
where
Yeah, yeah.
okay, where you undo your mistakes. And then here would be, and then I've got some little quilt things there, but here's a needle thread, pins, just some of the stuff that I'm doing. And then I have another one here that I'm just starting on. This one. It needs to be sewn, but count your blessings. And then I have a few.
Betty, that's an awesome board. Like, you're literally making your board. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's being sewn. It's being sewn together. And I did find the one thing that I found. I just need to grab it off there. I found a Bible verse to match my thing. Just one.
Yeah, that's
She's
great, because
amazing.
nobody said it
She's-
had to be cut out of a magazine or had to be drawn in color. And yeah, let's quilt it. Do what you already do.
Yes, and what I loved so much, what one of the speakers on that Saturday night had said. He said, "If I don't take control, someone else will." And the very next day at my Bible study, my friend read a verse, and it was, "If you do not stand firm in your faith, you will not stand at all." And that's Isaiah 7:9.
Woo.
And I thought, I told her, stop, let me write that down. Because it matches what they told me here. So anyway,
It fits perfect.
yes. So that's what I'm I'm doing on some of my stuff, and getting it done. Little bit. And quilts, I've gotten several quilts done that I started in 2020, and they're just sitting there, and now I've got 2 done and some more done. So I am, girls, I really am working, and my food's good. My exercise, I've upped my exercise. So thank you
Awesome.
to
Awesome. So
Um,
when you go to your doctors, you've been recently, are you going in the future here soon?
She said she wanted to see me sometime at the first of the year, so
Okay.
pretty
So here-
soon.
So when you make the appointment, here's the thing, guys, they talked on Monday, for those of you who saw the recording. And Margot, did you see the recording?
Yes, I didn't see it. I listened to it.
I know you're on top of this one because 80
Yeah.
people, 80 people die while we're talking today for this hour,
Mhm.
80 people.
I know.
And
I
so,
believe
and
it.
here's the one example that sticks out to me that is just so mind-boggling. It's always just driven me crazy, is the nurse had to run because someone was flatlining. The nurse had to run to someone who's flatlining, and she's extremely overweight. And she gets there and she's praying to God someone else is doing CPR because she's out of breath. She
Yeah.
can't, there's
Yeah.
no way she could do it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, how many years have we been preaching this, Margot, right? How
Oh, I
many
know.
years? And the number just keeps getting worse. And I've been talking about, we've been doing American Heart Health for almost, 30 years. And it's ridiculous. And that, when she told that story, I just thought, you know what, we are just, when you go to your doctor and you see the doctor is obese and you see the nurse is obese and you see that they're telling you to do healthier things because they're looking at your numbers, I want you to tell them about the Habits of Health system. We have materials for doctors. I help doctors to help their patients. Okay. This is life and death. It's no joke. It's no joke.
Good. That's good to know.
And step out on a limb, and there's nobody better than Margot. I cannot even tell you. Margot has put so many doctors in their places. You would be astounded as to the way this woman deals with medical people. Not that they're stupid, but they
No.
don't know how to
No.
teach you the habits of health. So I'm telling you, go out on a limb, talk to Margot if you need help. She has had a world of experience. She almost died of a heart attack, almost died of heart disease, almost died by losing her feet because of diabetes. She's got 15, she's past 13 lives, I think.
I think you're
Way to go,
close.
Margot.
I think
But
you're
what
close.
was your takeaway from Margot of the heart health and Dr. D Garcia, Dr. Joe? They're brilliant, aren't they? What was your takeaway?
Just the reminders that I got from it, that of just what we're talking about here. One of the biggest ones that stuck out because it was my life was people that think by eating only one meal a day, they're going to lose weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was me. And I wasn't doing it to lose weight. I was just doing it because that was my lifestyle.
Because you didn't.
And not
it wasn't there.
realizing,
Yeah.
right, and not realizing by only eating the one meal a day, I
Mhm.
literally was cannibalizing my body because my body was fighting to get nutrition that I wasn't giving it.
Yep.
And so when I learned about the 6 meals a day, it went, that made so much sense
Mhm.
because it keeps refueling me all
Mhm.
day long.
Yeah.
And by not doing that, you keep breaking your system down.
Mhm.
And the other one that I hope all women listen to, because it was very directed to women, is women are the number one problems when it comes to what they call the silent killer, the heart
Mhm.
attack, because I did not know I had a heart attack.
Mhm.
I had no idea. I didn't have what I had heard all my life were symptoms. None of that. And that's the other thing, is keeping your body strong, but listening to it.
Mhm.
And all too often we don't. We think we're fearless, that nothing is going to happen.
Yep.
And then it happens. And while I've got you, Betty, I have to ask you this. All those months ago when you started, did you
Yeah.
really think you'd be where you are today?
I hoped I was, but
Did
yes,
you think you would, with everything you'd been through? Could you
yes.
imagine 70
Not
pounds
that,
down?
no. Oh, my thing was, if I can just get 15 to 20 pounds. If I can just have 15 to 20 pounds. And I'm 70 now. And it's way slower, which is what I like,
Yeah.
but it's going step by step. And that's what I want. I don't want to lose another 40 pounds by tomorrow.
No.
My goodness, can you imagine my skin? I'd have to get a wheelbarrow to put my skin in, it'd be terrible.
70 pounds and 70 years old. Is that right? 70 pounds.
77. She's 77.
Oh,
I'm 77, but 70 pounds. Yeah.
Wow. We're going to have to do another video, girl. Remember when we did that video? We'll have to do that.
Okay.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Anyway.
know what's amazing is yeah, it's all amazing. It's just amazing, but it's work. It works. It really does work.
Yeah.
But it's because you've done it, Betty. And that's the other thing that came out of Monday night. You can talk it, you can go to the doctor, you can get medication, you can all those things. But if you don't work it, if you don't buy into it and do it, it's not going to happen.
Oh yeah. I know. I have to read it. I have to listen to it. I have to watch the videos. I do have to do this. I have to go back. I have to work on my sleep is better. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember,
I can't get more than 3 hours at a time, but I'm getting 3 hours.
Yeah, that's great. And that's gonna be next for you. You're gonna keep working on that. And we got to always remember, the more, like Margot's doing, you have to do the do. It's like a 12-step program. You go to the meeting, you have the sponsor, you have the 12-step book, and then you have to do the do every day. And you have to, ask God for help sometimes, because, man, I can't do it myself. It's been clear, clear.
Yeah.
But it's really important. Thank you for sharing that scripture. I wrote it down, by the way. I love that. But really doing the do, we all just have to remember, we know what to do. We just have to do one little thing at a time. And I love the SMART goal thing. So thank you again, Martha, and put it on your board. So it's your visual, so Razzie can see it. So Margot, and what was your takeaway from the doctors? Those are your big takeaways. I didn't want to interrupt your train of thought. What else did you have to share about that?
Well, what you were saying earlier about Betty going to her doctor and talking about why she's looking so great and why life is so much better for her. And that whether it's my doctor, my nurse, or whatever, what I have learned is my cardiologist is an amazing cardiologist. He is so good at what he does. He has no concept of health beyond the heart. None. Everything is geared towards it, and he's brilliant at it. But when I talked to him about getting off of medications and I gave him my reasonings, he couldn't argue with it. He said, I've never had anybody approach me with that.
I know.
And let's try it. Let's see what we can do. And what we did was wonderful. And, even with nurses that I work with, one of my nurses the other day said, in the medical profession, they are some of the most obese people in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Not as much doctors, but definitely nurses. And I said, why is that? And she said, because they are on a nonstop 12-hour a day where they get a half-hour break for a meal. So they go to their cafeteria and they grab something quick. Or they have things, instead of having bars at their desk, they've got chips and cookies and crackers. And they have this wonderful thing where their friends, their other nurses are always bringing in, everybody has a treat day that they contribute to. Not a healthy day, a treat day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're constantly in fight or flight, right? When you're constantly in fight or flight, which is why we practice these nervous system regulation, calm yourself down. You cannot, and I'm living proof. If you see my story on Facebook, I'm living proof that our bodies break down if we live under constant stress. It is all the stress hormones kill us from the inside out. I lost my thyroid that way. I had all my IBS issues that way. I had my liver, everything is inside out. Those hormones, we cannot live that way.
No.
No, and I can attest to watching you do it to you.
Yeah.
I was on the other side, eating poorly, creating bad habits, doing all of that. You were going and working out during your
Stress.
lunch hour, your
But I
break,
was
you
under
were
constant
eating
stress.
healthy and all of that. But
Mhm.
there were so many other stresses that you were
Mhm.
carrying.
Yep.
that It didn't matter how good you were being with exercise and food,
Nope.
all of that. Your body was absorbing all that stress.
Yep.
And unfortunate, those that were around you and loved you and watched you couldn't do anything about it.
Yep. Yep. And you know,
Yeah.
it just really goes to show, you can't outrun your fork, but you also can't outrun your stress.
No.
Yeah.
And I just thought of that. People do that all the time. Now, working out is great, and working out is great, and we need it. It's essential. But you know what? There are people that do it just because they're stressed and it's for mental health, but they're still not being healthy in their
Right.
other habits, right? So we can't outrun it physically. We can't outrun it. Yeah, we can't outrun stress. We can't outrun the food we put in our mouths either. So it really goes both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And Margot, you'll appreciate my story. You probably haven't seen it yet, but I did a video story that you were intimately involved in over the last 10 years.
I will have to look at that and see.
I didn't mention you by name, but you'll know you're in there.
You'll know who she is.
Yeah, you know who you
Yeah.
are.
You know
Yeah.
who you are. And
I will say, I wish that some of these people I had a better way of connecting with, because I'd love to go back and see if anything I said to them resonated and made a change.
Mhm.
Right.
Because you don't know, you're laying in a hospital bed and you're lecturing a nurse on the medication she's trying to give you and all of
Well,
that
and that's what
good
I love
stuff.
about hearing your stories. I mean, each one of you are living proof of living the lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not a diet, it's a mentality. It's the way you now live your life. Like you said, Betty, you didn't think you were going to be 70 down,
No.
but let's
Yeah.
keep going, right? Because you're
Yes.
doing what is healthy for you. And I loved your story, Margot. I watched your interview
Oh,
with Roxy. That was like amazing. I learned so much about you.
It was.
I didn't
You
know.
guys see Margot's video with Roxy?
Oh no.
I don't know where Roxy's at. I mean, she's right there, but I don't know if she's driving or something that she's not on camera.
she
But
was
that was
she was
amazing.
so great to work with because she made it flow so easily
Yeah.
and so simply, and the questions she asked were just really well put.
You
And
guys, you told your story really, really well. You were both very eloquent. It was just really wonderful.
well, I think I appreciated the most that she was really great about how do I want to say this, getting me to the obstacles that I faced, because once I went
Hmm.
through it, nothing was an obstacle. It was all done. It was all easy to do once I
Yeah.
did it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the different
Well, and
little
that's just what you
steps
were
along
telling
the way.
Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought it, even 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But for you, Margot, it's been like more than a decade, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But well, yeah, my first real wake up was the diabetes in 2003, and then the heart attack in 2010. And then I found Optavia in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
But in between, there were every kind of diet imaginable to man.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost so much weight, I can't believe it, but I also gained it all back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was all because while I was eating differently, I wasn't living differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that was the key. And then once I got to my goal, I thought that's all I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And
yes.
then I went back to all the old habits because I hadn't done anything in between to change those habits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know.
Which
So,
doesn't
Yeah.
work. Diets work, but it's the behavior changes that don't happen between diets that doesn't work.
no,
Yeah.
and I know that I told you this when I went on Optavia, I went on it with very negative thoughts about because every diet I'd been on didn't work. And
Exactly.
I was sure it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
And the first 3 weeks
course.
I
Yeah,
was
and that's
on
what I
it,
thought was interesting about your story, Margot, is you kind of came in the back door by being the front poster child, and it's like, well, how can I talk about it if I haven't done it?
yeah.
So
And I
you
went
started
into it.
learning.
Yeah, I went into
Yeah.
it thinking this isn't going to work anyway, but I'll do it
Yeah.
because my boss wants me to do it.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks in, I hadn't lost a pound. And I went, see, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it.
Oh,
And I
wow.
talked to my coach and we went over things. And the first thing was I wasn't eating right. I wasn't really on the program. I was doing the bars and the shakes and the lean and green, but I wasn't
You weren't.
doing 6 times. I wasn't doing every 3 hours. I
Mhm.
wasn't doing it according to plan. I
Making
wasn't doing anything else to work with it. And then she said, well, have you noticed anything? And I went, well, I mean, yeah, I seem to have a lot more energy. And one thing I really noticed is my concentration at the computer is way greater than it's ever been. And
Oh,
I said, I'm sleeping like a baby. And she started to laugh at me and she said, and you don't think that some of your eating habits that you've done have helped to do that? She
Mhm.
said,
Yeah.
trust me, the weight loss will come. I went,
Yeah.
yeah. The next week I lost 7 pounds
Wow.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was nonstop.
But all
from
those other
there.
things are measurable too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just harder to measure, but your
But
concentration
all I
is,
was concentrating on was the diet,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
not the
mentality
live it,
still.
the diet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was my bad, sick thinking from
Mhm.
previous,
Yeah.
you know, and once I started, it was nonstop till I hit 110 pounds. And
Yeah.
I went,
Amazing.
okay,
That's good.
I'm happy here. I'm good here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
holding.
And holding.
That's
All
the-
10
optimization
years
level.
later. Yeah.
That's the thing I'm most proud about is that she actually is doing, because I again preached at her for years when we worked together, but I'm most proud of you for that reason. That is fantastic. Truly.
Yeah. I couldn't have done it without the whole program.
The whole
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
And
You
that-
need the whole
What
program.
you
the
can
whole
only
thing.
get 25% until you use the whole pie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
The eating part of it all of a sudden just became second nature.
Mhm.
Even the vegetables.
Even the vegetables. Yep.
Even the
even
vegetables. But
So
it was all the other elements that are what
Yeah.
made it
yeah.
has made
So-
it work for
Mhm.
me.
So be brave when you go to your doctors, everybody, and just
Yeah.
put your neck out
Yeah.
there and say, I really need to share with you more about the system. Here's my number of my health coach. This is healthy lifestyle for lifelong lifestyle stuff, guys. They just here, can I email you? Can we email you some info? Can I give you my coach's name and number? Call, because they really will blow it off. They'll say, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, and then they'll blow it off, right? Well, hello, they could have helped the next 50 people they see, right? So
However,
Mhm.
one of the things I did learn is there is a certain fear element on their part of acting on what I say to them. And by that fear part, I mean, as the doctor, there is a concern if they recommend that Mary Sue does this program because it's working for one of his other patients. And
yeah,
it's not a program that is advocated by
the doc,
Fairview or Abbott
Yeah.
or whoever,
yeah,
and something goes wrong, they're
Yeah.
going to be held liable.
yeah, they
Right.
will. So
And
but you know
There's
what?
they
There
have
are-
to get past that. And what I have started saying now is, I know this isn't something that you can refer,
Yeah,
but what you can do, if you've got a patient that you think can benefit, say, I have a patient I'd love to have you talk to, and you
Mhm.
have my permission to give them my number,
Yeah, yeah.
then
That would
he's
be-
out of it.
Yep, that would be awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it.
So that I've been
Love it.
doing the last couple months.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's good.
Good.
Put that in writing for us.
Yeah.
That's something you could share with the rest.
Yeah, could you
Oh,
type
sure.
that up and
That's
we'll share it, how to share with doctors. That'd be great.
Sure,
Before
sure.
we leave
Yes.
here, I want to let Carrie have a chance and Roxy have a chance to share. Do you guys have a win of the week or a skin knee situation you need help with?
Yeah,
How is-
I got low internet, so I don't know if you can hear me, but Roxy put in the chat. She can't share because she's at work,
Okay,
but she did write, thank you, Margot, for sharing. It was my pleasure working with you.
Oh, bless
And
her heart.
yours truly, Carrie helped Roxy for over an hour on pronunciation on Sunday. And we had our little Spanish English class, but she was glad to do it.
thank you so much for helping her do that, Carrie. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
There's going to
Yeah.
be more, and I agree. You need to do follow-ups, Amy. Your follow-up with Betty and whoever else. You know, how
so-
far have they come in,
Yep,
you
so
know,
we're
how
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
however many
asking
months
everyone to
later.
send me, I've been asking everyone to send me their progress, and I got pictures of everyone's progress, and I'm gonna,
Yeah.
post them, and then we'll have a reunion reveal, so that gives everyone a date to be, to really get things done by. And I think that will help people get some fire under their rear a little bit too. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
a process. We need to give ourselves some space to do it because it's the process. Sometimes you get on a roll and things just kind of, you need some time and space. So anything, Carrie, personally you wanted to share?
I went swimming yesterday.
Oh.
It was like 100 degrees out.
That's good. That's great.
And I have a feeling I loaded up on protein before going because I'm like, my
That's
brain isn't going to make it if I don't eat right first. So that it really has helped me. And then boost my water intake. And I've been doing my Ninja Red challenge too, the healthy fruit drink.
uh-huh. Good. Perfect. So you sounds like you really you are in action in that. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
To you? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still working on sleep too, Betty.
Good. I know.
So
I
today
know.
was my no alarms, don't get me up in the morning, and just let my body sleep. And not really, I needed it.
Just remember
Good.
the six macro habits are like juggling, and if you get all six balls in the air and that's awesome. But you're gonna drop a ball or two, and then you got to pick it up and get it back in. And when you first
Yeah.
learn to juggle, you just do two, right? And then you add a third, and then I can't juggle, but you get the idea, right? Add a third,
Yeah.
and then you have
Yeah.
a fourth, right?
Great illustration though.
And then you add a
Yes.
fifth, and, like it's the same.
Yeah.
And so then classically there'll be balls that drop, and then you got to pick them back up. And so that's the whole first 5 elements of the life book, right? You go, okay, I gotta pick that ball up, get it back in, set your little, you set your use your element 3 and set, here's my current reality, what's my desired result, and set the micro habits and SMART goals, like Martha said, in between. So that's element 3. So we're going to be in a constant state of redoing. And my ball that always falls is my sleep ball. That's like the first
Yeah.
ball that I
And
drop.
so
Right.
I've also really been focusing on the atomic habits that James Clear, the 1% guy. If you don't know, look it up if you want. I've got like a little playlist of his stuff. But I realized I was trying to just do 1% in one thing, but just do 1% in each thing. And it goes with your juggling. You just get, and I try to think, okay, when I get this all mastered, then I'll work on the next one. But I really need to add in. So I'm trying to do just a little bit of everything at once. So
1% in each area.
Martha,
Bye, Martha.
Yes.
to hop
Right.
off.
Yeah,
That's
and,
great.
and
Don't
what
atomic
Martha
habit.
gave us today was wonderful.
And
Yes.
she gave us, so
Because,
it'll be coming
yeah, here I am
in the
10
email.
years
Thank you,
in,
Martha.
and I still need reminders.
Yeah, 1%
Yep.
in every area. Yeah. And before we go, I have to share with you guys that I didn't realize this, but yesterday I had signed up to do my story on the challenge. And so I did that video, and it was somewhat off the cuff, even though I've been working on what is my story now, because 5 years ago, I am totally different when I started with health than I was 5 years before that. Like, so what
Yeah.
now is my story, right? So I have been working on this, and so I just did this yesterday and put it up because I just needed to do it. I said I would do it, so I did it. But what occurs to me is that it is I actually started as a coach. I bought my kit. I looked at the system in December 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Oh, totally. I'm in. Buy the kit. I get kind of things, rolling a little bit of, put some emails out and some feelers in January, in January of 5 years ago with a medical doctor, Dr. Renee Diamond. She was a GP. She is a diamond. She used to be a personal trainer. She was a physical trainer. She has wellness in her heart, and she was an MD. And she and I started my business to get this whole thing was with her. And she referred like 20 of her patients to me. And we
Wow.
did this with her patients. And 5 years has gone by, and I still have, I would say, over 50% of her patients directly are still involved in this community. I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
Because they're doing the whole
Wow.
lifestyle.
Because
Yeah,
they're doing
yeah.
the whole lifestyle. They're still cutting Mary Gomat, Tanya Morales, Pam Brockman. I can literally name these people. They're still working at it. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that was because of a medical doctor that we got that first ball really rolling. And Marlene Lewerke, she's another one. I mean, like, people that have really been doing the work. And so it's been really inspiring. So don't give up on your doctors. If they're not listening to you, just keep bugging them.
Oh,
But
no, she
But like
was,
you said, Margot, too, try another approach.
try another
Yeah.
approach. We'll
Yeah.
give them
Yeah.
another approach, because they have to go through all their medical red tape and whatever. But all of that. But I have
Rox.
to share. Bye, Rox. But I have to share that February really was when I had my first clients that are starting up to be in the habits of health. It was 5 years ago, and it was just right now, like, February 1. And so this is really a milestone. I know, isn't that cool?
A
So
celebration, 5 years in.
yeah,
Yeah.
during my
Good job.
story, having it to be Healthy Heart Month, it was that, and just that whole the whole thing. It's amazing to me how this is all transpired, and yet we still have so much work to do. But I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and so appreciative, because you've been part of my journey, whether you knew it or not. You helped supported me, inspire me, keep me up, get out of bed with a purpose. I got to help these people. And it's really been an honor. And I just, I can't say enough. It's been an honor, and it's been so great. This whole thing is a gift from God straight to me, I think. I really I really think it is.
Yeah.
And it's been such a blessing for me personally, and I've been able to share my story and my pain and my journey, and helping other people through there.
Yes,
So
but Dr. Amy, because of all of that, you are God's gift to us.
Yes.
Because
thank
you are the
Yes.
one that inspires us, that drives us, that keeps us going, that gives us purpose, that gives us reason.
Mhm.
And when we're starting to fall down, you're the one that picks us up. And you don't know how to say no. You just say, let's figure out another way to do it. And you're there for us 100%. And you were the same way in clinic. I mean, that's how I met you. That's how I knew you. That's how you are. But
Yes.
in clinic, you weren't your authentic self.
exactly.
And now, knowing you 20 years,
I am
you
her.
are your authentic self.
I am her. Margot gave me this book.
Yes.
Hey, Margot. Perfect.
I
It's
am
perfect,
her.
Margot.
Oh
And it
my
says,
gosh.
live the life you want to live. Live the life you want to live. And I opened this up yesterday, and this is what I got. Be the change, Margot. You wrote it in there. Be the change. There's your writing. Be the change. If you don't like the way your world is, you change it. You have an obligation to change it. You're just do it one step at a time.
Exactly. One
Wow.
step.
Isn't
One
that
step.
cool?
That's perfect, Margot.
Wow. Was that the one where I met the author?
No, that's another one. But Margaret's
Oh,
giving me
okay.
all my good books in the world. Anyway, I found it ironic that I must change it. If you don't like it, you must change it. And
Yeah.
that was what I opened
Yes.
up to yesterday.
Yes.
So be the change, keep working at the change 1% at a time, like Carrie said, and we will get there together.
Yeah.
So have a wonderful day. Love you, appreciate you, and hugs. Love.
Yes.
Love you
and-
guys.
Yes. The whole
Happy,
thing.
happy lots of anniversaries in January for Amy Michelle.
Yeah.
And congratulations, Betty. 70
Thank you.
pounds. Awesome.
Congratulations. Have a great day.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.